stand by for manual transmission in 3, 2, 1.
Greetings, mercenaries, mech warriors, and the merely curious. Manus Dextra here with another episode of my less nonsense guide to BattleTech. Karen's taking some personal time this week. I guess she's still getting settled into the new server. So, no recap from her this time, but that's okay. Because the only thing you really need to know is that in the last episode, we liberated the notorious Icebox prison while supporting House Urano's planetary invasion of Weldry. And as a reward for our excellent ass-kicking service, Lady Kamea has gifted us with a very fat stack of C-bills and a brand new, to us anyway, mobile base of operations, the Argo. Since the last episode, we've only done 3 or 4 drops, all 1.5 or 2 skulls, just to make a bit of money while waiting for the next campaign mission to appear. We've done pretty well for ourselves, salvaging another complete Shadowhawk and picking up some better weapon systems for our existing mechs. In this episode, we'll start off discussing our upgrade strategy for the Argo, and then we'll pick up the story with the liberation of Panzyr as our next step in the Urano restoration campaign. Along the way, we'll discuss mech builds and mech warrior training. Check the description for timestamps to sections of interest. And while you're there, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more Big Stompy Robot content. It only takes a moment, and you obviously don't have anything better to do right now, so click, clack, click. Now, let's talk about the Argo. As a lore nerd, I really like the Argo, and I wish MechWarrior 5 had something similar, because a single Leopard dropship shouldn't be able to support a full mercenary company. The Leopard was designed to support a single SLDF air lance consisting of 4 mechs and 2 aerotech fighters. Over the course of the Succession Wars, many Leopards have had their fighter base converted to support mechs, but even then, you're only looking at berths for 6 mechs total, so I'm not sure what's going on with MechWarrior 5's Leopard unless they're buying their dropships from Gallifrey. Normally, a Merc outfit would have access to a Union-class dropship which can accommodate a company of 12 mechs, but for balance reasons, I guess, the devs of both BattleTech and MechWarrior 5 want to limit us to dropping a single lance of mechs per mission. Hence, we only have access to the Leopard during battle. In BattleTech, the Argo provides a lore-friendly way to explain how we can support, transport, and store multiple lances of mechs, but we can still only deploy them one at a time during battle. In MechWarrior 5, they just ignore the issue entirely, and that's a bit disappointing. Okay, now that my little dropship lore rant is over, let's talk about upgrading the Argo. When you first get the Argo, it will still be in very rough shape, and if you ignore this, the game will punish you with mishaps and malfunctions, so we might as well get the old girl patched up. Top priority should be power systems and structure. We want to get them both to level 2 ASAP. After this, upgrading repair and refit systems is a good idea to keep repair times for our mechs as low as possible. All the Argo's upgrades are actually worthwhile, and they will give your company buffs such as increased morale, more medical or tech points, etc. But they will also increase your monthly operating expenses, so keep this in mind. Once you have all your basics upgraded a bit, you'll want to consider adding a second mech bay. This will further speed your repair times and let you keep 12 mechs ready for battle at all times, but it will also increase your operating costs by about 100,000 C-bills per month, so be ready to keep all those extra mechs on the job. Finally, I wouldn't worry about things like extra habitat pods or a third mech bay until last, as you shouldn't really need either of these to finish the campaign. Welcome to Panzer, Commander Dextra. Lady Arano and the Restoration Army are already fighting on the planet's surface, and have been for weeks. With the aid of House Decimus's ground support facilities, Miss Meyer will carry your lance through Panzer's orbital debris field and drop you on the surface. Tell us more about this debris field, Lord Madeira. It's a holdover from the Aramis Civil War. There was a great battle in orbit over Panzer, and most of the wreckage is still there in the form of a dense field of particulate material. Navigating the field unassisted would be a formidable task. Thankfully, we have the Spaceport's control center on our side. It'll be able to guide us in and send tugs to assist if necessary. You feeling okay with this, Samiri? Oh yeah, Commander. No sweat. With the kind of navigational support I'll be getting from ground control, I could take us through this field with my eyes closed. Alright, let's keep going. What happens when we're on the surface? Lady Arano wants your lance behind enemy lines. While she leads from the front, you'll harass the Directorate supply train and target valuable enemy hardware. She already has a target list drawn up for you. Hold that thought, Lord Madeira. Commander, I'm getting a tight beam communication from the planet's surface. It's Lady Arano, and it looks urgent. I'm putting it on screen now. Commander, you couldn't have arrived at a better time. Our forces on the surface desperately need your help. With the support of House Decimus, we're making our final push against the Directorate's last major stronghold. Our forces are fully committed to the attack, and we're pushing them back. But the Directorate just seized control of Panzer's only remaining spaceport. With it, they'll be able to call down reinforcements at will. I need someone to take the spaceport's control center away from them. Commander, that someone is going to have to be you. That means Miss Meyer will need to carry you through the debris field unassisted. I hope her skills are up to the task. Well, this day just got a lot more interesting. I'm afraid there's more. Alexander, I've just received a message from Lady Centrilla. There's been a major incident on Perdition. It looks like a terrorist action, a chemical attack against the port city of Harlow's Landing. Initial casualty reports suggest some 11,000 dead. Yeah, well, whoever carried out this attack is dead. My people don't forgive, and they don't forget. Protector Calderon shares your sentiments, Commander. He's claiming the attack was an act of Davian aggression in direct violation of the Ares Conventions. He's already calling it the Perdition Massacre. For their part, the Davians have denied all knowledge of the attack. Their denials will fall on deaf ears. Calderon won't believe anything Hans Davian has to say. This is going to accelerate our timetable. We need to retake your throne before this situation gets any worse. If a war was to erupt between the Federation and the Concordat, it could easily spill into the Reach, and we can't afford that kind of chaos. That's fine by me. The faster we go, the sooner I get to avenge Mastiff's death. That's the spirit, Commander. I'll brief you more fully when you've reached the planet's surface. You should expect this to be a rough drop. Bring your best, and may the gods grant you victory. We'll all be counting on your success. Well, you heard the Lady Manus. Best get to it. Meyer, I'm going to go ahead and trust that you've got this. Do me a solid and try not to scrape the leopard's paint on the way down. Yeah, XO. I'll do my best. Now let's go over the duty roster for this drop. So at this point, all 8 of my mech warriors have their 2 primary skills locked in, and they all have good stats across the board. This is important because all 4 skill categories give useful buffs, and once your primary skills are set, you should work to get all your stats up into the level 4 to 6 range before working on your specialized skill. For example, We want all pilots, regardless of role, up to level 6 in tactics ASAP in order to take advantage of the called shot bonus it provides. For this drop, we'll go with Knife Edge in the Centurion for recon, since he has slightly better gunnery than Decker. Right now, the Centurion is running with max armor and jump jets and is armed with 3 SRM-6s and a machine gun. This mech makes for an incredibly tough scout and brawler. I'm tempted to drop 2 tons of armor and add medium lasers, but it's just so good as it is. And all that extra armor means I don't need to worry so much about being flanked myself when I'm in the thick of it. In the official brawler slot, we'll go with Behemoth in the Hunchback P, armed with 6 medium lasers and 3 machine guns, running max jump jets and heavy armor. This mech is great for flanking and punching through rear armor with called shots. In the first fire support slot, we're using White Rose since she has the multi-shot skill and she's also got the called shot bonus. She'll be in the Shadowhawk, which was recently upgraded with 2 LRM-15s and an LRM-5. The Hawk's not really good for anything except indirect fire support now, but that LRM-35 salvo is pretty sweet. In the second fire support slot, we'll be dropping Bosmang in the Blackjack. Since he has the highest gunnery rating, he'll be our official sniper. Armed with an AC-5 and 2 large lasers, the BJ-1 provides good downrange firepower.
Men warriors, prepare for combat.
So, as usual, I'm going to present this drop with minimal commentary, but I will explain key points during the mission, so you can sit back and watch the whole thing or skip to specific points of interest.
Command interface initiated.
Commander, I'm glad you made it. Navigating Panzyr's debris field unassisted is no small feat, even for a ship as small as a Leopard. Miss Meyer is to be commended for her skill. No sweat, Lady Urano. Just don't ask me to do it again. You won't have to. Restoration strike teams have already joined forces with the 2nd Decimus Fusiliers to engage the enemy on multiple fronts. We have them at a disadvantage, but if they manage to bring in reinforcements, we're in trouble. Commander, I need you to engage the enemy, locate their dropship control center, and destroy it. Without ground support, their ships won't be able to navigate the debris field. The Directorate's troops on the surface will be cut off, and our combined forces will sweep them away. Sorry to interrupt, Lady Urano, but we just intercepted a transmission from the ADV Coronach. They're requesting navigational aid. It sounds like they're on their way down. If that ship lands, our bid for the system fails. Commander, I need you to take the control center out before the Coronach touches down. The 2nd can help with that. We have a Leopard full of engineers headed your way. Commander, I need you to clear us a path to the spaceport's security headquarters. Take out their vehicles and make us some breathing room, and we'll turn their turret defenses against them. That's the plan then. We'll use the turrets to cover your approach. As soon as we have the turrets under control, the Directorate will begin firing on them. Use that as a distraction or engage the enemy to protect them. It's your call, either way.
Good hunting, Commander. You bring down the control center and we'll handle the rest. Good luck.
So, the game plan is pretty much as suggested here. First, we'll take out the vehicles around the security building. Once we gain control of the enemy's turrets, we'll hang back and engage from long range while the turrets tenderize the main force. Then, we'll sweep in, finish off any stragglers, and destroy the enemy nav station before reinforcements can land. Easy peasy. When you approach the first section of base, you'll encounter about half a dozen crawlers, including 2 SRM carriers. For those who may not be aware, SRM carriers are very bad medicine, armed with 10 SRM-6 launchers. That means when they pop, they won't stop for a good long time, and a single salvo carries about 480 points of ouch. So yeah, these guys need to be top priority on your hit list.
Waiting for orders. Target acquired.
Standing by. Up high. Acknowledged. One for the scrap heap. Yes, Commander. One more for the scrap heap.
All weapons committed. Damage minimal.
I'm showing minor damage.
It's go time. Ready for orders. Roger. Locked on. Reporting one less vehicle.
What's up, boss? Orders? Yes, Commander.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Commander? Passing for an Alpha front. Vehicle fragged.
All weapons committed.
Nicely done, Commander. Lieutenant Andrus, your approach to the security HQ is clear. Roger that, Lady Urano. We'll have their turrets under friendly control in just a moment. Engage the forces guarding that control center, Commander. Let's make these turrets count. They've taken control of our damn turrets. All units, target the turrets and destroy them before the enemy's battle mechs enter weapon range. Do it now.
Good to go. On my way. Double time.
Waiting for orders. Going full throttle. Yes, Commander. Copy that.
Full throttle.
ignore the turrets and concentrate your fire on those battle mechs. We must protect the control center. If our reinforcements can't land, we're all dead. Now fight. For the Directorate.
Commander? Got it.
Receiving you. Affirmative. Commander? Moving to position. All weapons, go!
Engaging target.
Orders? Got it. Confirmed. Systems holding.
Orders. On the move. Copy that. Inflicted some heavy damage.
All weapons committed. Enemy mech destroyed.
Standing by. Acknowledged. Aye, aye. I've been sensor locked.
Ready for orders. Copy that. Commander. On the move.
Ready for orders. Target acquired. My internals are taking a beating.
Commander. I copy. Orders.
All weapons committed.
The clock is ticking and that dropship is getting close. I'd recommend that you prioritize targeting the control center, Commander.
Confirmed. Locked on. Hit him hard. Hostile removed.
Good to go. Firing jump jet. Target acquired. Yes, Commander. Good to go. That's going to hurt.
All weapons committed.
Commander? Affirmative. Roger. Inflicted some heavy damage.
Orders. Acknowledged. Hope we can salvage that. Orders. Good to go.
It's go time. Orders?
Ready for orders. Lifting off. Commander. On my way. Double time.
Full throttle.
Receiving you. Copy that.
Commander. taking the shot.
Well done, Commander. Miss Meyer, are you inbound? Roger that, Lady Urano. I'm marking an LZ on your screen, Commander. Proceed to the designated coordinates for evac. That's done it. All communication between the spaceport and the Directorate's reinforcement fleet just went down. Ground control, this is Koronok. We've lost you. Nav support is offline. Where are the damn tugs? Without ground support, their dropships won't be able to make planetfall. They'll be torn to pieces if they try. Congratulations, Commander. Panzer is as good as ours. And we have you to thank for it. Long live House Decimus, and long live the Urano Restoration. All targets eliminated. Sit tight, and I can collect you from where you are right now.
Mission successful.
We've done it, Commander. Thanks to your efforts, the Restoration Army has broken the Directorate's hold on Panzer. Lord Pierre-Louis Decimus has already pledged his house and his systems to my service. The Restoration is growing just as we hoped it would. And with his support, you gain territory, soldiers, and a bolstered supply chain. Not a bad deal for you, Lady Urano. Or for House Decimus. The Directorate took a scorched earth approach to Panzer's farmland. Without our ongoing support, the people here would starve. I'm not my uncle, Darius. The Restoration gives as much as it takes. And that's commendable, Lady Urano, but it might not be sustainable. I'm fully aware that war has a price, Commander, and I expect that price to escalate. But for now, I can't afford to help these people, and so I will. To hell with the cost. It's a victory to be sure, but we're still a long way from Cormadir, and Director Espinosa has only just begun to marshal his forces. Things are going to get a lot more difficult as we push forward towards Smithen. The Directorate's military capabilities appear to be way out of line with our initial estimates. Somehow they've gained access to weapons and battle mechs that are totally foreign to the Aurigan Reach. So where do you think all this hardware is coming from? We don't know. House Espinosa has always had contacts in the Inner Sphere. Lady Victoria's personal battle mech is a prototype model that's almost impossible to find outside the Draconis Combine. But this radical new military buildup is something else entirely. Wherever these weapons are coming from, it's a recent development, and a troubling one. Yeah, Lord Madeira, sorry to interrupt, but there's something here that you may want to see. Actually, you may all want to see this. I found something strange on the Argo's nav computer. Why don't I like the sound of that? That's because your head's in the right place. I found something weird on an ancient ship, is what spacers say in horror movies, usually right before everyone starts dying. Back me up on this, Darius. What was that one you made me watch the other day, with the drones that started eating people? That would be Count Harutomo di Sorrentelli's These Gears Are Teeth. It's a great film, but that's all it is. It's make-believe, Meyer. So, Dr. Murad, please tell us what you actually found. Well, I appear to have stumbled onto an encrypted data archive. Somebody hid it away in the Argo's secondary storage drive. That's just my best guess, mind you. Starleague-era encryption software really isn't my area of expertise. My father spent years trying to figure out how to get the Argo back into Regan space in one piece. He was obsessed with this ship. He felt that it was important, somehow. And now, this? I want that archive open, Dr. Murad. I need to know what's inside. With all due respect, Lady Urano, whatever's on that drive was sealed away for a reason. I've heard enough stories about Lost Tech treasure hunting to know that it's a bad idea. So why don't we just leave well enough alone? Because this archive could contain something of value, and because, as I previously mentioned, I have a personal connection with this ship. I believe that this discovery is meant to lead us somewhere, and I intend to follow it. Yeah, it is a Starleague-era data archive. Of course we should try to open it. You're damn right we should. You don't just leave money on the table. Anyone could tell you that. Thankfully, we can follow this lead and pursue our campaign against the Directorate at the same time. The liberation of House Corrosis on Smithen is already the Restoration's next objective, and Lord Simon Corrosis was High Lord Tiamati's chief technologist. Securing the help we need will cost us nothing that we weren't already planning to pay. Perhaps this is all just a coincidence, Miss Meyer, but I can't help but see the hand of fate at work here. Mastiff taught me to heed my intuition, and that's what I intend to do. That's the plan, then. After we liberate Smithen, we'll have an audience with Lord Corrosis. Yes, Commander, and shortly thereafter, we'll see if my father's intuition about the Argo was justified. As before, I'll contact you when we're ready to move on Smithen. For now, I will take my leave of you. I have nobles to placate and an army to rally, and you have your own contracts to pursue, I'm sure. Yes, we do, Lady Urano. We're keeping busy, just as you asked us to. All right, you all heard her. We've got some time before the next leg of the Restoration's offensive, and our client wants us to make the most of it. Time is money, people, so let's get back to work.
You will now be released from manual control. Mr. Dextra thanks you for your cooperation. You will now be released from manual control. Mr. Dextra thanks you for your cooperation. You will now be released from manual control. Mr. Dextra thanks you for your cooperation.